Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I, of course, again, am Phil, and, well, when we last left off, we kind of fucked up a lot, and I still haven't decided what to do about that issue, so we're going to try and get a little probe onto the moon so we can study the moon, and from there, I'm still trying to think about what the hell to do with our last screw-up. Now then. This is all radio controlled. We don't need a pilot on this, so we won't get another pilot stuck in outer space and screw ourselves more. But what you'll see when this is finished loading is that the probe is actually in two parts. First is all the stuff that gets me out to the moon. We're going to see if we can actually get to the moon. But the probe itself is actually a two-part probe where one part is going to orbit the moon and the other part is going to land on the moon. So the part at the very top of this, which is actually right behind the little height meter there, that part's going to keep rotating around the moon and it's going to send the radio waves back, stuff like that. In the middle there, where all those little attachments are, that rover is going to detach once the probe is in orbit and safely land on the moon. In theory, I'm going to say, because judging how our last two missions with the spaceplane went, this ambitious idea of mine might go horribly poor. Anyway, from the start, we are going abysmally slow. I've only got the 4 rockets on the sides going in this stage. When those are empty, I'm going to go on the mainsail in the middle and the 4 solid rocket boosters, so that should increase our speed a little bit. Right now, we're still barely past 100 meters a second. So, we're about a quarter way done with the fuel on that. And maybe we'll actually get to 100 at least by the time the stage is done. That's a start. So yeah, hit 100. Go team. And how funny would it be if our little guy Doodly rotating around the planet actually got hit by this on its way up? I think the chances of that happening are extremely low, but I'm just saying it would be very interesting. So, my stage is just about complete, and there. Now we switch to our mainsail with our solid rocket boosters. We lost a lot of weight from that stage, so now we're picking up the speed pretty well. I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I start rotating my orbit. I'm going to go very slightly. Just about to there. I'm not going to go to the 45 degree yet until the solid rocket boosters are done. Once the solid rocket boosters are done, I'm going to start rotating a little more. Or I'll just do it now. Because this thing rocks a little bit. I'm a little cautious about it because I think that rocking is just wasting fuel because it's not a straight bearing. But now the solid rocket boosters are done, we have our mainsail going. We've only used a quarter of fuel on it, but we seem to be doing good so far. Let's get our apoapsis up to about 100. Once we get to 100 here, or you know what? Let's stop at 80 because I think what we're going to try and do is just get as close to the moon as possible, which I can't do. So I'm just gonna get into it. Doesn't even need to be a straight orbit, but I just want to get to the point where I will be completely out of the atmosphere in orbit, and then from there I'm going to aim at the moon. So we'll stop it right here and we'll get our thrust going. And let's see now. Thrusting. I'm overheating a little bit. And just a couple more seconds worth. And there we go. Just in time for the mainsail to be done. And now I can add a maneuver and find out where I need to go to intersect with the moon. Right about, I'm thinking right about here. A little more. Oh, yeah, if you see right here, that purple dot is where I'm going to intersect the moon's gravity field. Oh, let me readjust it. And the purple dot is actually the location of the moon. The orange dot in my trail, where the trail goes from orange to purple, that's when I get into the moon's gravity. And let's thrust towards that. So, oh wait, we're having some problems already. That's not going to be enough fuel. Alright, let's try it. Screw it, YOLO or some shit. So, I'm gonna wait till we get to here. I'm gonna thrust, and let's see how it goes. I still need to thrust more, but I'm out of fuel. Shit. What can we do? Let's add a little more fuel. Okay. So we're going to replace. No, not that one. Yeah, this one. We're gonna add one extra fuel tank there. That should be all we need. That should at least get us to the moon. We don't need to go back because it is what it is. Alright, so let's take off again. I think I'm probably going to fast forward this because we don't really need to watch this again. The takeoff itself went fine. So I'm at 2 times speed. It still looks really slow, even twice the normal speed. You can imagine how it looks without the speed. And we'll use that. We'll keep straight up to 10,000, just like last time. Still got a decent way to go, though. And about halfway done with the takeoff stage. Everything looks stable. Those little metal wire things you see between everything keeps it all stable. They detach by themselves if you detach a stage, but other than that, they keep everything from swaying around. So let's get back onto our solid boosters. Almost at stage 2. We're almost at the stage where I'm gonna rotate. So let's push that this way. Stop it right there. Hopefully we won't sway around too much. And look to be doing okay. Solid rocket boosters are almost done. Bring the apoapsis up to wherever we can bring it. Turn this a little closer this way. And where will we stop this time? Let's go to 80. Okay. Now we'll add our maneuver. Get this just right. That's not a straight orbit, but you know, that's good enough. I'm just gonna push it this way. I mean, I don't think it needs to be straight because in theory, maybe I'll use a little more gas, but I mean, I'm gonna have to enlarge it anyway because I have to get over to the moon. So let's thrust right about now. See how we do. As long as the periapsis gets above 70 kilometers or 70,000 meters. Yeah, well, it's the same thing, 70 kilometers. So once it gets there, I've already gotten to my last stage of fuel. Getting a little worried, not gonna lie. And let's stop it right there. That's fine. Because now I have to worry about my fuel. Set the moon as my target. I will add a maneuver and see where I have to be exactly to intersect it. I'm thinking I probably have to be right about where I am now to get into its gravity pull. So if I push it a little more this way, go right to there, that actually gets me right in it. Obviously I fast forward it, but it's about 3 hours till I get to the moon. And it's only a 25-second burn, so that should be plenty of space. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little more until I'm almost there. And I see the moon. Can't I just go in a straight line? I guess that doesn't work when you're in orbit and you're just pushing yourself into certain gravity. So, I'll wait till I'm at just about 10 seconds. Thrust. And let's watch it go. I'm watching my fuel levels, because if I do run out of fuel while thrusting, I have to act fast. And switch to whatever I have next to go with. Just gotta get into the field right. Oh, something's just happened. Is that my moon encounter? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, I really don't have much fuel and I don't have anything to switch to. This is a problem. I didn't plan that very well. Look, if I could have docked my rover on the other side of the probe, I could have done better, but fuck. Alright, let's fast forward. I've got some traveling to do before I get to the moon. I'm gonna turn on... maybe I can't turn those on yet for some reason. Anyway, let's get to right. When we get to here, we will see what kind of mischief the moon takes me into. A couple more seconds. And... okay. What just happened? Did I freeze? I think my computer just froze. Well, that's not good. Shit. Oh, wait. There it is. Okay. I was about to quit too. Good thing. Alright, so now as you can see, I don't know why it just hiccuped like that, but now it's got me going this way. So I gotta hit the periapsis right there and thrust retrograde so I can get lower. Because of my lack of fuel, I'm gonna get just ever so slightly above the surface. That way I can detach and use the fuel I do have to go back up a little more in my orbital probe. So, it's only going to be a 12-second burn. I definitely have enough fuel to do that. And let's see what we're doing. Where's the target? Target's right here. We will wait till we get to the periapsis. If we don't burn properly, once we hit that circle at the end of my path, I am out of the moon's gravity again and fly off into space, I believe. So let's not do that. Instead, we will start thrusting in just about 15 seconds. It looks a lot different from the last time I played this game. I think this patch they actually went ahead and changed a lot of it. So let's see here. Thrust, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And my phone's going off. And I'm out of fuel. I'm miles away. This is a problem. I don't know what to do. I'm going to detach my empty fuel probe. And shit. What to do? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay. So, what the fuck am I going to do? Now that that stage is detached and that's all I had for thrust, really. I have another thruster on the orbital part of my probe, but I have to decouple to use that. And then how am I going to get this rover down? What the hell am I going to do? I only have 4 little engines on the corners of this. I guess all I can really do is continue on with them and see if I can actually thrust far enough to hit it. So let's try it. Holy shit, what the fuck was that? I just crashed into my own craft and I am moderately shitting myself from that. I really just crashed into that? Let me see if I can find it. That's my probe. Nothing seems broke on that. Alright, so let's try and work on this. Where's my... Is that it over? I guess I have to... I'm too far to switch to it now. Really? Holy shit, I can't believe that just happened. The odds of crashing into something in space is so ridiculous. And... wait a second. I don't have my target anymore. But I really just need to go retrograde to lower my orbit a little bit. So let's try that. And holy shit, I'm spinning. Why am I spinning? What the hell's going on here? I'm going everywhere. What? Let me stop that and figure out why that just happened. Oh, I see why already. The crash, I'm missing one of my 4 engines. So, fuck. This is going worse than ever. I'm gonna have to disable another one of my engines then. I have to shut that down just to balance out my thrust. And now I'm just gonna be so weak and have so many issues. Still having a little bit of a problem. Straighten out a little more. Right there. Actually, I think I'm already in a collision course with the moon now. Maybe I'll be able to thrust my way straight. So let's work on getting this orbit a little more stable. At least I have all the things I need on the actual orbital probe part, where I can shrink down and keep this going. In a way, it's, you know, if this wasn't sandbox mode, it would be thousands of dollars lost, but I suppose since money is no object in this game yet, that at least a partial mission success is better than a failure. let's get to right about here. And I'm back on the probe now. And I still can't thrust. It's just not balanced now. There's no way I'm going to be able to straighten this out. I can't even see the surface. All I can see are my green lights. Try thrusting again. Just a little bit of thrust. Alright, my thrust is ever so slight right now, because I have to worry about balancing it with a sharp turn to keep it going in a straight line. I'm so glad that no one can see how ridiculous this is working out for me on the dark side of the moon. But I might, if I thrust enough, my speed is dropping, and I might be able to actually land this. Let's see. Alright. I just gotta keep aiming at the retrograde. If I thrust too far, I'm gonna spin out of control, so I gotta keep my thrust relatively low. Just keep adjusting. I've still got plenty of space to get down to a slower speed of fall. Once I get slowed down enough, I can adjust my way down and land a little safer. I think. Who knows at this point? I'm completely dumbfounded by the way this has gone. And let's friggin' keep pushing. Keep on thrusting. Oh man. I'm still going pretty fast, but you know, if I can get under 100 before I hit the ground, I think I'm alright. Well, not now. If I'm still going 100 when I hit the ground, I'm gonna be dead. But I mean, before I get too low, like I think this is doable. Yeah, I'm gonna be optimistic. Why not? Let's get a little more. Oh. I just ran out of fuel. Oh my god, no, that's all using the same fuel tank. I have no fuel. My speed's going back up. I'm having some issues. I'm gonna decouple whatever that was. I can't even see what just decoupled, but yeah. Let's land. Fuck it. This side of the mission has completely failed, and I now have no way to slow down my speed. I'm back up past 500 meters a second, and just looking at my distance from the moon, I'm just going faster and faster, and the moon's getting closer and closer. I'm 6,000 meters from the surface. 5,000. What the fuck? Oh, I guess I'm at the surface. Okay. Well then. Time to go back to the orbital part of this, so that I can try and not fuck up everything. That one's the one I want, right? Yes. Okay. So, let's go here. We'll go to about... We'll do 100. 100's a good height above the moon. Level out, hit my target. Control it from here. gotta wait a bit to find out where we're thrusting. And let's fast forward. Getting closer to the node. I feel dumb as fuck. Okay. We can start thrusting right now, I think. Right? Right here. So, we will shrink this down to here, a little more, to 100. 93 is close enough. Now we'll make a maneuver at that periapsis to shrink this down to about the same. Try and get the... I want to try and get this as straight as possible, but considering how rocked my shit's gotten, I don't know how easily that's going to be done. I think that's about a 90-degree angle with the moon. Wow. That's all screwed up. No, that's still not a... What the hell am I doing? Alright. That seems... Nope. 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 Alright, you know what? This is getting a little stupid. Come on. How hard can it be to just adjust your angle? There. Right. No. That's still terrible. Oh, man. You know what? I'll just burn that. Wait a couple minutes for me to hit that node, and then I will go. My electric charge is actually going down. I might have to open my solar panel soon. Oh boy. Almost at least a partial success. Let's just try and circularize this, if that even is a word. My brain just kind of got fried by the fact that I crashed into my own spacecraft to ruin a mission, pretty much. So, let's hit here. Shrink it down. And that's all. Right, so we're still not at a 90-degree angle with it. I'm gonna try and get as close as I can with it. And I'll hit it from right there. Just rotate it. It's not gonna be a perfect orbit, but you know, at the very least, I've got something going around the moon right now. So, we're just gonna get this looking good, extend the solar panels so that it can continue to have power. That has actually happened to me in the past, where I ran out of electric and could not run the computer that was running it, because it wasn't a manned space probe on that one either. So, to make sure it gets its power, charges up. And yeah, we can consider this mission a partial success then, because at least we've got this probe going around the moon. However, we don't have anything landed on the moon yet. So, what are the next things on our agenda? We need to rescue our materials and people from space, and we need to try and land on the moon. maybe I will create a separate pod or something like that to land on the moon with. But I think what we'll do next episode, we're going to, at the very least, get that Eris back for studying purposes, so I could see just what the fuck I need to do to get a space plane working properly. So, that's our agenda. We gotta rescue that. I'll try and think of something, but that's where we're at. And there's another moon over there too, Minmus. Maybe we'll get to that one day, and I'm gonna terminate that. Anyway, that's where we're at. Until next time, we'll think of something.